crime statistics say he's coming. Sooner or later, he's coming down your street looking for an easy target. And he does find them, enough of them to make residential burglary one of the most frequently committed crimes in our country today. I'm Mike Connors, and I want to talk to you about crime and how it affects the safety of you and your family at home.
Come on, Mom, we'll be late.
No.
Still have to get back and get my things ready to go to Carol. All right, Susan, I'm coming. You know I have a lot to do this morning. I have to check the door to make sure I've locked it. You two get in back and please be quiet.
Nice family, nice neighborhood, nice house. Trouble is, like so many of our homes today, it is a target for crime. Not someday, but today, now. As a matter of fact, in about 2 minutes, a criminal will be here. Let's take a look and see. Susan is dropping the family at the airport. Mrs. Thompson and the kids are flying with Dad on a short vacation. But the airport's quite close by, and Susan, who's going to stay in town at a friend's house, will be back in a few minutes to pack her own weekend bag. But in that short time, this house will be broken into, and Susan will be placed in great danger. You see, right now, this home is a perfect target. Mom, Dad, kids away, no cars in the driveway, nobody home. Now, you know the house is empty, but all we have to do to make sure is ring the doorbell. No answer, but the door is locked. Mrs. Thompson locked the door. We saw her, right? Sure. But today's housebreakers almost always have a universal house key. Of course, you and I call it a crowbar, but in the hands of a criminal, it's a universal house key. Watch. This guy knows what he's doing. That's why he's preparing an escape route in advance, in case someone comes home unexpectedly. He also knows that in most homes, the valuables are usually kept in the master bedroom, so that's the next place he heads. Looking at someone who's been caught at this before. He knows that his prints and his picture are on file, so the last thing he wants is to meet someone right now. That's why he breaks in broad daylight, and only when he's as sure as he can be that no one is at home. Only here comes trouble.
Hello? Oh, hi, Carol. Yes, just got home. Not much. Really? Wow, that sounds fantastic. It sounds like what are you thinking about? Okay. See you later.
So what started out to be a simple burglary is now a face-to-face confrontation. The police tell us that the criminal's fear of being identified is the prime reason for the violence that occurs in so many burglaries at moments like the one we just interrupted. So far, we've been talking about one type of housebreaker, the thief whose main interest is in stealing your possessions. As you've already seen, he tries to avoid a confrontation, but when cornered, he can be very dangerous. But there's another kind of criminal who's intent on stealing. The guy who steals because he has a drug habit to support. He needs $100 a day and more for junk. And when he needs a fix, he needs it in a hurry. Like the guy we're going to see next, who's going to hit another house on this street tonight. Because he's desperate for a fix. He's a lot less concerned over whether anyone is home or not. He's almost entirely governed by his physical needs, so he's unpredictable and unstable. And he's liable to strike at any home, any time. The trouble is, when you put a burglar in the same room with his victims, anything can happen.
What is Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
And that could lead to serious trouble, perhaps to start tragedy. But while I wish it were true, it's an unsettling fact that criminals intent on stealing are not the end of our problems at home. There's a very different kind of danger represented by people who do want to find you at home when they come to call. For example, the sex molester, who makes it a point to prey on women and children when they know the man of the house is not at home. Or the kidnapper, driven by a desire for easy money or by a warped mind. No one needs that kind of trouble. And while we're on the subject of trouble, how about the danger to your home and possessions represented by the vandal? Kids looking for kicks, out on a dare, or nursing a grudge of some kind. In minutes, they can turn your lovely home into shambles. And who's at fault? Who's to blame? The police? They should patrol the area more often? No. No, it's not the police. They can't do the job alone. It's us, you and me. We just don't take the problems of life safety seriously. Now, we can do something about it, but it takes some thought and common sense. But first, it's most important that we admit to ourselves that all our homes are potential targets. Now, if the Thompsons had done this first, they may have averted the trouble you saw earlier. Exactly what could they have done? Well, let's go back in time a bit, back to our opening scene. Let's see what might have been accomplished if they had acted beforehand.
Children, did you check the windows and the back doors?
Once you admit that your house can be a potential target, you're on the road to a healthy life safety program. Make sure your windows are secure before leaving the house. Sliding glass doors need through-frame pins or bracing bars that prevent lifting the door out of its channel or sliding it open.
Please get ready, kids. I just have to call Mrs. Alexander.
A good place for automatic timing devices is on lights in bathrooms and hallways, in separate parts of the home. And they are ideal for turning a radio on and off. So a home even sounds occupied if someone listens. Remember, though, a light left on at the wrong time can invite intruders rather than ward them off. During the day, it can be a tip-off that no one is home.
Hi, Anne. Yes, we're nearly ready. Just waiting for Susan. Just keep an eye on the place, will you? We'll be back in a week. I'm not expecting anyone to do any work around here until we're home.
Mrs. Thompson and her neighbors agree to keep an eye on each other's home. That's a good idea, because there's something suspicious, movement in the house, loiter, truck in the driveway. They can immediately call the police. Use a business address on your luggage tags. If they're lost with a name tag showing a home address, you could get an unwelcome visitor in no time at all. And never put an identification on your keychain. That, too, could result in serious trouble if you happen to lose them. Keep an inventory of all your possessions, which includes serial numbers and descriptions. The National Crime Prevention Institute recommends inscribing a personal identification number on things like cameras, stereo, television, guns, bikes, all of your valuables. It makes them much harder to sell and more easily returnable if they're recovered. Your local police or sheriff's office will be glad to assist you with this and tell you which numerical code is being used in your area. Strange as it seems, here is where most unwelcome visitors enter. Even if you're going out for just a few minutes, be sure and lock it. Houses have been ransacked while the owner was mowing the lawn or chatting with a neighbor. Some homes are guarded only by a spring latch door lock, mainly because that's what most builders install. After all, builders aren't security experts. If you have such a simple spring-activated lock, one that can be opened in seconds by almost any intruder, you've got the wrong kind of lock. You better get a good deadbolt lock, one with a 1-inch bolt for proper security. Remember, when it comes to locks, make sure that the ones you install have been designed to provide security, not merely privacy. There's a big difference. It makes sense to purchase the best locks you can afford, but unless you remember to lock them, you're throwing your money away and gambling with your safety. And in addition, install a good quality wide-angle one-way peephole so you can find out who's outside without exposing yourself to danger. Never open your door to any stranger without getting proper identification and checking it out if you're suspicious. If a stranger asks you to use your phone to call a mechanic or for other assistance, don't let him in. Tell him through the door to wait outside and make the call yourself. Never leave garage doors open. If a thief can get into your garage, he has plenty of privacy to get from there into the house, no matter how much time he needs. Of course, you know the more common rules. When you go away on vacation, to notify the police, stop the mail and newspapers, and have the lawn trimmed regularly. It's also a good idea to leave a car in the driveway. Don't have a neighbor throw garbage in your cans. Now, all of these things will make your home look occupied. Now, there's just no way that a person can be 100% protected. Just no way. Given sufficient reason and enough time, a determined criminal can get into your home. But very often, you can avoid trouble by reducing the obvious temptations. And while locks alone are not the answer, they may delay an intruder long enough for the police to respond to your call or your burglar alarm system. So far, we've talked about cooperating with your neighbors, using effective lighting, identifying your valuables, and installing good locks. But along with these precautions, the National Crime Prevention Institute also recommends the installation of a good burglar alarm system, a system specially designed for use in the home. To provide the high degree of life safety required in your home, your system should be designed to keep the intruder out, with a loud alarm to frighten him off the moment he tries to enter a protected door or window. In many cases, the very sight of these clear signs of an alarm system are enough to send a criminal elsewhere, in search of an easier target. As an extra precaution, a good alarm system should provide backup protection inside the house, just in case an intruder does succeed in getting in without first sounding the alarm. And it's an important extra benefit if, in addition to the alarm that sounds on the premises, your system can also summon the police automatically. For the full story of how to obtain the best alarm protection for your family, ask your local police department for a copy of the National Crime Prevention Institute's free brochure titled Plain Talk About Home Alarm Systems. Let's face it, Not even the best alarm system in the world can guarantee a burglar-proof home. But short of having a cop on guard around the clock, I can't think of a better way to get peace of mind. Can you?